Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another exciting edition of Transformers Reviews. Well, today, guys, we're looking at Spark Armor Sky-Byte. Just a couple quick comparisons, because really what you see here is what you get. Like, these don't even have like the small rollers underneath them. These are molded wheels, but as you can see, they don't roll. And Sky-Byte himself is just kind of, he's just basically a torpedo-looking thing here in his shark mode. Here is how he kind of scales up against, Sea Spray. Here he is with Cheetor. And yes, Cybershark is a little bit more compacted, but even in robot mode, there's a really good discrepancy between these two guys and their overall size. Now, because, Sky-Byte's kind of got a cult following, but I feel that the one he owes his very existence to doesn't get enough credit, and that is actually Cybershark right here. Now, see, Cybershark actually predates Sky-Byte because he came out in Beast Wars. So whenever they created the RID cartoon, basically they made him a Predacon and basically like inverted his personality, and as you can see, they definitely changed his colors. Again, the toy itself, like the show, was just a recolored version of Cybershark. It's definitely some good detailing as far as beast mode goes. But, if you didn't have the fins, you probably would, like I said earlier, mistake it for a torpedo because, yeah, that's basically it. So, it's a decent beast mode for Cyberverse. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and see Sky-Byte once he terrorizes and turns into his robot form. So here we are starting off with Sky-Byte in robot mode, doing a comparison. You'll notice that while there are some strong, similarities between these two, this version of Sky-Byte is, instead of being based more like Cybershark, it's based more on his Thrilling 30 version, because that version actually had the shark head on the chest, whereas, the original Sky-Byte and Cybershark had it just kind of hanging off the rear end there. So, but again, there are some strong similarities, like the spin claw arm, because on the original, you spun the gear and stuff, and on his, because Sky-Byte did that, they made it where you can obviously spin his arm and stuff. And of course, like the fin head and other stuff. But other than that, I kind of want to show you what Sky-Byte looks like with Cheetor. So you guys remember I said that there was actually going to be a size discrepancy. I mean, they could square off against each other, but, I'm not sure exactly how I feel about that. However, how does he compare with another Decepticon from the Cyberverse line? So here he is with Skystream, and you know what? I think it's pretty interesting. Like, you see the trailer, and he's like the same height as all the other Decepticons, yet we're looking at all these figures, and he's coming across a little bit shorter. So how does our guy look when he's armored up? Now, guys, I'm not gonna lie. Unlike Cheetor's armor that feels like mech armor, this just kind of feels like basically what it is. It's just a bunch of vehicle parts just slapped onto Sky-Byte. Although it does a convincing enough job to make it feel like a different character. Now, I don't know whether that's good or bad, but however, I'm not the only one that kind of got the vibe of this. P.O. said that it actually reminded him of a different character. That character actually being Injector. Now, I think the reason he said that is you can kind of see how they, even though this is like a drill, he has the long pointy weapon over here on his right arm, much like Injector. It's undeniable that their upper halves are a lot bulkier than, their legs are. Plus, I think the big thing that he's talking about right here is the head. And you can kind of see how it has that sort of mouth, and you can see how it's very similar to Injector. But aside from that, here he is with his other Cyberverse Spark Armor foe, Cheetor. I don't get that. But, for price point, I kind of see why it is the way that it is. So what about final thoughts on Sky-Byte? Well, for a much simplified, just kind of basic fun version of Sky-Byte, I think it's pretty awesome. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this review of Transformers Spark Armor Sky-Byte, and until next time, guys, we will see you in another review.